The International Monetary Fund is also warning that countries should resist using tariffs as economic weapons and instead rely on trade to drive growth. The IMF's Fiscal Affairs Director, Vitor Gaspar, spoke more with us about the risks of escalating trade tensions between the world's largest economies. Have a listen.
So we publish projections for the global economy. Those projections for the global economy have very explicit assumptions concerning the tariff policy of the United States. We are very clear about that. We are of the view that countries all around the world, the US, China, the European Union, India, you name it, should continue to rely on trade as an engine of growth. We do encourage countries to deal with their trade tensions and trade disputes in a consultative, cooperative way. We believe that tariffs and non-tariff barriers are both important, and both should be tackled in this constructive and cooperative way.
Gaspar also addressed China's economic challenges, saying the world's second largest economy needs to shift from infrastructure spending to boosting domestic demand through stronger social safety nets. Let's hear more.
China is a country that has been investing quite a lot in public infrastructure, so that one can say that the gaps having to do with the provision of public infrastructure in China have been filled. So at this point in time, I think there are two things that I would emphasize concerning China. One, in the near term, there is the danger associated with debt deflation dynamics, the pressures that come on the Chinese economy from disinflation pressures, the pressures that come from lack of aggregate demand. And therefore, the change towards a supportive fiscal policy that has been put in place in China is, in our view, appropriate. That short-run support is very important. But I would emphasize even more the need for fiscal policy to be one of the policies that supports the transition of China to a new growth model, which is something that the Chinese authorities have been working on. What would be the characteristics of this new growth model? Well, more reliance on domestic demand, and for that, reducing the extremely high saving rate of the household sector is important, and fiscal policy, by providing more generous social safety nets, for example, could make a contribution in that direction.